Hey there, A's Day fans. Today is Monday, February 17th, and it's Mesa Week. We are going to kick off our content trip down to Mesa, Arizona, or at least the announcement of where we will be down covering the athletics from February 19th to the 23rd this week. We're very excited to get on down there, as well as displaying the wonders of Mesa, Arizona. If you're itching to get down there and see those A's, swing and get ready to start the 2025 season by checking out some local restaurants, breweries, local hotspots around Mesa. We're going to be covering it and showing it for a later spring training trip this year or for a 2026 or beyond spring training trip to Mesa to experience all the wonders of the land and to kick off baseball because it is so back with pitchers and catchers having already reported, as well as position players as well. We are very excited to be headed down there in a couple of days, but also want to make sure that we address something that actually did happen this morning where Mark Kotsay, the skipper, got a 3-year extension. We'll briefly dive into that during today's show. And then we are going to announce our first official giveaway of A's Day, which will have everything to do with our content trip this week for our people down in Arizona, our A's fans all around the world, in California, wherever, if you're heading down to spring training this week and checking out their spring training home opener this Sunday, we may have the giveaway just for you. So thank you all for tuning into today's show. This episode is going to be available on our YouTube channel as in addition to our podcasts, our normal podcast models like Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and so many more. We're very excited to really be kicking things off this week. And without further ado, we're going to get right into our opening music. And then we'll get into talking a little bit about the skip and how the A's rewarded him for his efforts. Let's dive right in. Holy Toledo, baseball's so back. Let's go. All right. Thank you again for tuning into today's show. We're going to dive right in. But before we do, we just want to remind you of where you can find us as we are quickly approaching more content being released. So we'll get into the day-by-day breakdown towards the tail ends of today's show. But just as a reminder, you are going to be seeing a lot of content on our social media platforms, on our YouTube channel, as well as the giveaway is going to have a lot to be intertwined with our social media outlets too as well. So in order to be able to participate in all of this and keep up with everything A's, let's give you a quick shout out where you can find us. So on our Instagram page, it's at A's Day Baseball Podcast. On our X, formerly known as Twitter page, it's at A's Day Baseball. On our YouTube channel, it's going to be A's Day. You'll be able to search it and see our channel right there with the green banner. But it's at A's Day Podcast in case it doesn't pop up right away. And most importantly, I would say, because we really want to get to know our audience, especially I feel like we're going to have a lot of new members following this week. And as we get into the spring training season in March and as we get closer to opening day and all throughout, the best way to be able to connect with me and the A's Day family is through our patreon.com/A's Day, our Patreon subscription page. For just $2 a month, you'll be entered into monthly A's Day t-shirt giveaways, exclusive A's memorabilia and autograph memorabilia giveaways, some ticket giveaways, and some other areas of exclusive content as this media platform continues to grow. We really just want to connect with you. That'll be the best place to be able to do that and see some behind the scenes footage that you won't be able to necessarily view on the regular podcast platforms or a regular YouTube channel. But for just $2 a month, patreon.com/A's Day. We'll certainly be glad you did. We'll be so thankful as we all grow together. So just wanted to give a quick shout out there before we jump into today's show. And with that, we did have some news break this morning. So before we get into our Mesa trip, which we have talked about already, so this is really just going to be more of a recap of what to expect. If you're down in the Mesa area, where you may be able to see yours truly, we'll give you some guidance there. But before we do, the man in charge, Mark Kotsay, was awarded by team management for seeing that the team is really moving in the right direction in terms of on-field product, increasing their win total by 19 between 2023 and 24. That's a huge jump. You can see the confidence that these younger players are playing with, the younger players are on the right course of development. And I really like the way Kotsay manages the game. He definitely has that gritty demeanor from the times that he was a ball player himself. So very excited and want to congratulate Mark Kotsay. He did earn a 3-year extension, which will take him through the 2028 season with a club option for 2029. With this is going to show a lot of increased expectations in the building, right? So this is a 3-year period where the A's are going to be competing in Sacramento, their new home, while their ballpark's being built in Las Vegas. So I guess this contract serves that Kotsay is either going to serve as the bridge manager, ushering the A's into a new era and seeing it hopefully all the way through, or he's going to bridge it to the manager that's going to take the keys to the car when the A's are in Vegas. So, but personally, I am rooting for him. I do think he's the right man for the job. It's just, if you look at his managerial record, I think it's like 170 and 309. Let me just make sure. It's 179 and 307. I don't really think that reflects his true managerial prowess. I think he does an excellent job connected with the ball players in the clubhouse. But you see it with the on-field performance too as well. Like this team was one of the better teams in the American League, if not all of baseball, especially in the second half of last season. That typically comes with more experience. Like you could see the talent's there, but the experience wasn't there yet. And it's still on its way. Like this is still a pretty young offensive core. They did add a lot of pitching depth this offseason. So with that comes expectations. There's $45 million more on the book for the 2025 payroll and $162 million added for additional long-term money. So obviously with that, there's an expectation for more wins, and with more wins, more playoff appearances. So we'll see what that looks like. But I do think this team is in a good spot. And I think Kotsay finally has the opportunity to show the front office what he is capable of. With the combination, like I mentioned, of adding that pitching depth, so bringing in guys like Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, that lengthens your pitching rotation. That gives you an opportunity to last longer in games, have an opportunity for your lineup to get cooking if they're starting a little bit slower, or vice versa, need to rally late or anything like that. The young core is going to be a year older, so I do think there's a lot of guys there. I think the vibes around this team are really good. Obviously, extending someone like Brent Rooker to a 5-year contract extension this offseason. Just seeing how we follow most, if not all, the guys on social media from the A's. Everyone's posting about everyone getting their love. I saw everyone. A lot of people were posting on their story congratulating Brent Rooker when he signed his extension, or everyone was fired up when the A's made that splash in free agency and signed Luis Severino. Just such a welcoming team environment seems to be at the moment. But really excited to see if they can keep this positive momentum rolling into the 2025 season and beyond. And another thing, it just seems like this division has such instability right now. I know if you look at the odds, I think the A's are the 4th best odds in the division to win the AL West. But wouldn't count them out. I don't think Houston's such a sure guarantee anymore. I mean, you can see it's maybe not the end of an era, but it's definitely going to look different. With Kyle Tucker heading to Chicago, Alex Bregman heading to Boston. Springer's been up in Toronto, so that original core from the Astros is really split apart. Where it's really just Altuve and Jordan, and obviously they have such stud pitching down there, and their farm system seems to be a continuous factory that they're always going to find a way. It's just going to look different. So I don't want to say the A's are better than the Astros. I don't think they are today, but I'm not saying it's impossible for them to pass them sooner rather than later. I think Texas is a team that had battled a lot of injuries last year. I like the additions they made, so I think they'll be towards the top of the division. And obviously Seattle has one of the best rotations in the game. They just can't find a way to hit. The Angels are going to Angel. So really just kind of seems like it's, it's not, there's no runaway clear cut division favorite. So with that, I think this is a good time for the A's to really take that next step. Maybe be in contention for that division, but at least, have those aspirations and, fight for that wild card spot. I do think that's going to be within their grasp. So it'll be very interesting to see the ramifications of extending Kotsay. But, if I was going to go out on a limb today on February 17th, I say he's going to be someone that's going to make the playoffs, in at least one of the next 2 years, if not two out of the next three. I do think this team is in a position to succeed. And like I said, I think positive momentum matters. The way they ended last year, the way they're entering this year, instead of having all the focus being on their move to Vegas, it's been on the focus of, player development and player acquisition, which I think, matters in a winning culture. So we'll stay tuned. But again, Mark Kotsay was signed this morning, 3 year. The A's announced a 3-year extension through the 2028 season, club option for 2029. Best of luck. And hopefully we get to see it down there in Mesa this week. Coach, would love to ask you a couple questions and about your coaching style, but also a couple questions about your playing days too as well. So stay tuned. If we have any content with him, we'll be sure to share it with you all, the lovely audience. Okay, and with that, let's transition to Mesa week. So again, just want to give a quick brief overview of what to expect. Again, A's Day, we're going to be down in Mesa, Arizona from February 19th to the 23rd. We're going to be flying in real early out of here in California. Going to be landing around 9 a.m., getting in the rental car and heading right to Fitch Park or Hohokam. Wednesday's kind of going to be like a feel it morning. I feel like the A's have been doing some workouts at the practice facility, the training complex, but also over at Hohokam Stadium too as well. So, since they're so close, we'll be bouncing back and forth. Just the best opportunity to get up close and personal with your favorite A's, and hopefully be able to answer some questions, but also see the cool behind the scenes footage, like the drills they do, batting practice, throwing all that good stuff. We're going to get as much as we can. I'm going to be getting out there pretty early each morning to do kind of like an intro for the day. And then, I know practices usually start around 9 a.m., last until 11:30, hang around for like an hour afterwards, try to catch any players to get, one quick question with a guy, just to get that up close and personal content. So then after that, our afternoons are going to be focused on displaying all the wonders of Mesa, Arizona. So we're going to be sharing some content with you, like a room review, some exciting amenities, all that good stuff as a destination to stay where we end up staying for our time. Thanks to our partnership with Visit Mesa, by the way, they have hooked us up with a hotel, some cool restaurants to check out all around town, some access to attractions such as Rebel Surf at Cannon Beach, and also at the Mesa Historical Museum, where they just brought in some A's artifacts that haven't been seen yet. So very excited to share that with the world too as well. Breweries. And then we're actually going to have a booth at Baseball Fest at downtown Mesa. I know they held it last year. They're doing it again this year, where there's just going to be a bunch of baseball activities. I think there's going to be some ball players, current and alum, walking around, having some booths themselves too as well. The event is in downtown Mesa, February 22nd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I know A's Day, we're going to be set up thanks to Visit Mesa once again with their booth. They are a sponsor of the event. We'll be there from about 1:30 to 4, just because we'll be doing other content with the A's and also a lunch spot. And Mesa before heading over to the booth to check that out. So we'll post some stuff about that all throughout the week. I'm really excited to get down there. I'm really excited to just have it basically be a baseball explosion. So can't wait to release more details, release content. Be sure to check out our socials. Like I'm going to be going live on our Instagram page from time to time. I'll be live tweeting based on different things I see from guys. Maybe there's a quote from a player that I was able to get, just a little fun fact about him. It's really going to be fresh. And, this is our first content trip heading down to Mesa. So we hope it all goes smoothly. And we know thanks to Visit Mesa, everything will be set up as such. In terms of content side of things, we're going to have it be as smooth as possible as well. But we know there's going to be some learning curves and learning, how to do this properly, because we do want this trip to be an annual thing. We already has been a brief discussion of 2026. So, but let's see how this year goes first. Make sure we, execute as we promised to our partner Visit Mesa, and what we promised to the audience too as well. Getting as much content with your favorite A's as possible, and creating sort of like a Mesa spring training trip guide, so you can have at least one cool place to stay during your time in Mesa. Having some cool restaurants to be able to check out, some breweries if you want to grab a drink or catch a ball game on tee while grabbing a drink at a brewery. Some attractions. We're going to capture a hike too as well, so that's a big thing in Arizona, but in Mesa too as well. So we want to make sure we cover the full scope so we can unlock the true wonders and beauties of Mesa, Arizona. So before we get to the part that you all have probably been waiting for, is our giveaway. Like we mentioned, we do love and appreciate all what Visit Mesa has been able to provide us so far, and really looking forward to after reviewing the itinerary with our partners there. We're very excited to get down there. So with that, we want to make sure we take a moment to shout them out, and then we'll get to the giveaway. So with that, let's jump right into our ad read for today. Welcome to Mesa, Arizona. Mesa, Arizona is home to boundless opportunities for exploration. Surrounded by the breathtaking expanse of the Sonoran Desert and natural beauty of Tonto National Forest, Mesa is a gateway to a one-of-a-kind outdoor experience. This regional recreation playground boasts an assortment of things to do for visitors, with the welcoming communities of Apache Junction and Queen Creek nearby. Whether you're searching for unique cultural experiences, want a relaxing getaway, or are planning a family vacation, Mesa is the perfect place for your next adventure. And to add on top of that, if you are heading down here the end of February or March to catch your A's as they ramp up for the regular season during their spring training, which is held right here in Mesa, Arizona, Hohokam Stadium, check out Visit Mesa. They'll put together a full itinerary just like they did for us, where they'll give you some restaurant suggestions, some hike suggestions, some other attractions. So if you're looking to go check out a spring training game, they'll give you times and dates of when they're in town, when they're on the road, because there are a lot of other spring training teams in Arizona too as well. They'll hook you up. They'll do it with a smile on their face, and excellent and superb customer service and warm hospitality. We're really going to feel at home when we're down there. We already feel like we've connected so much. Just want to shout them out. Visit Mesa. Come visit City Limitless today. All right. And with that, let's get to our last topic for today, and then we'll wrap it up before we get back to the lab and pack it up and prepare to head down to Mesa. Can't believe this week is already here. So exciting times. We are doing our first giveaway. You'll be able to see it all over our social media sites too as well. So if you're not able to write down the instructions or anything like that, don't worry. By the time you hear this, by the time this is out, there's already going to be a post on social media as a reminder of instructions. So with it being Mesa Week, we are proud to offer our first giveaway. Again, thanks to our partner, Visit Mesa. So this Sunday, February 23rd, the Athletics kick off their spring training home schedule, their home opener against the Colorado Rockies at 1:05 at Hohokam Stadium. Well, what does that have to do with this? We have 2 tickets to give away for you to be able to check out that game right behind home plate. Visit Mesa hooked us up with 2 tickets. I have a feeling you'll be right next to us if you end up winning these. So we'll have a good opportunity to get to know each other, and talk about a little bit about what we do, but more importantly about what to expect of the Athletics headed into the 2025 season. So the winner will actually be announced this Saturday, February 22nd, at the end of our appearance at Baseball Fest in downtown Mesa. So that'll be around 4 or 5 o'clock. To enter, first, like I mentioned, we're going to have an Instagram post, and it'll be on Twitter too as well. So either way, wherever you're able to like the post, like the A's Day giveaway post, then be sure to follow A's Day and Visit Mesa as well on Instagram and or X. Same thing. Please follow us wherever you can find us, but we'll take one of the two. But you'll have to follow both of us. So the Visit Mesa is going to be tagged in our post too as well. Want to give them some love. We appreciate everything they've done for us. So please give them a follow. They got a lot of cool content coming out. They actually have their own podcast show too as well. So something else to listen to if you after hearing us get that Arizona kick, because I'm pretty sure we're going to once we get down there. And then finally, so those are the two parameters. Again, like our A's Day giveaway posts, so either on Instagram or X. Follow A's Day and Visit Mesa on Instagram and or X. So those are the two requirements. It's all you got to do. We appreciate the follow. We want to grow this community. To get 5 extra entries to win these 2 tickets, subscribe to A's Day on patreon.com for just $2 a month. So for just $2 a month, you'll be entered to win this giveaway as well as future ones. We're hoping to grow a partnership with the Athletics themselves. So hopefully in the future, there will be some tickets to give away there. But also we'll have some autographed memorabilia available for raffle, but you'll also be entered into an A's Day monthly t-shirt, and then there'll be other giveaways as we grow this platform. We're just getting started here, so get in on the ground floor while you can, and we appreciate to grow with each and every one of you. So that is our giveaway. Be sure to enter. It is live now today, Monday, February 17th. So you'll have all week until February 22nd to be able to enter to win. I will reach out to the winner via Instagram DM, via X DM. We'll figure out the best way, but something like that will either be most likely will be on social media direct message. So keep an eye on that. I'll be sure to message the winner by no later than 6 o'clock on Saturday. So with that, that's a show. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into us as we really are at ground zero for A's Day. This is the launching week. Like, we've been out for the majority of the off season, giving some content, giving some updates at transactions, talking about our perspectives and our view of what to expect from the A's for the 2025 season. But now it's the week we've been waiting for, kicking off our content trips with the trip to Mesa, covering the A's and all the wonders of Mesa, Arizona for your future spring training guide when you take a trip to City Limitless to cheer on the A's. So can't wait to get down there. Again, we are going to be very active on our social media pages, and we hope to meet a lot of you during our time down there in Arizona. So if you see us, I'll be wearing a lot of A's gear, this hat, a winter hat. I'm going to be purchasing a spring training yellow hat when down there too as well, and then green A's gear too as well. So again, as a reminder for today's show, what we discussed, the skipper, Mark Kotsay, signed a 3-year extension to be the team's manager through the 2028 season with a club option for 2029. Just so many positive news clips coming out of A's Nation continuously. Really love where the team's at. Good luck to the skip, and hope to meet him this week. That would be really cool. Again, this is Mesa week, so we will be heading down to Mesa, Arizona. Flight wheels up 6 a.m. This Wednesday. So looking forward to touching down in Arizona around 9 a.m. and heading right over to A's practice and getting that content with those players, those workouts. We'll get what we can. And then as a reminder, the A's Day is announced its first giveaway. The giveaway is now live on social media. You know what to do. Like the post where you can on Instagram and or X. Follow us and Visit Mesa on Instagram and or X. And for additional entries, for 5 additional entries into this giveaway, subscribe to us on our Patreon channel, patreon.com/A's Day. We'll be glad to connect with you and grow as a family, and you'll certainly be glad you did. All right, and that's a show. Thank you so much. The next time you hear from us, we'll be reporting live from Mesa, Arizona, to be covering our A's and getting all the cool content in and around Mesa. So thank you so much for tuning into today's show. Enjoy your President's Day holiday if you can. Enjoy the rest of your days. We look forward to seeing you from Arizona. Holy Toledo, we're about to be with them A's. Let's go.